Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel, and today we're doing some upgrades on the farm. So if you see right here, I have a fan blowing into this case because I have a thermal throttling CPU. So I'll go ahead and set that down there and show you what we got in here. Yeah, look at that, an Intel stock cooler. So this is an I believe this is a 10700. It's a non-K model, so it's not unlocked. But even though they ship with that stock cooler that came in the box with it, this thing thermal throttles like nobody's business. Let me show you on the miner, and I'm mining Raptoreum with it, but it does it on Monero. Basically, it just can't hold the clock speeds. So let me show you on the miner what it looks like, and yeah. Alright, so here's some Raptoreum being mined, and check out that bad boy. 90 Celsius, 94 Celsius, and you can see the clock speed 4.6, and then look at that, thermal throttling, 0.7, 1 gigahash, it's 0.7, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, 99 Celsius, and then boom, it restarts the miner, and it runs all over again until it hits 100 Celsius, and then it restarts again. It's definitely not an efficient setup at all, and if we go and look at my, let's see, for my 10700, it's actually not a K. My average hash is 740 hash, and judging by some calculators, that should be doing about one kilohash. So we're losing out on 30 to 40% of the performance due to the fact that this thing is thermal throttling like nobody's business. But ordered in a cheap little tower cooler. This should be quite a bit of an upgrade from that stock Intel cooler. I was gonna get like the Hyper 212, but those were out of stock, and I didn't want to buy them from a third-party vendor trying to scalp people. This was the only thing that was Amazon Prime and cheap. This Deep Cool was on sale for $19.99. This is the Gamax 400. Gamax. I don't know how exactly they want to pronounce that. But yeah, I mean, she's nothing too crazy or too special. 4 copper heat pipes. Let's peel that for all you people that like peeling stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. So 4 copper heat pipes. So that's pretty good. Definitely not as good as, like, it's not an all copper base, but it should work, and we should see some lower temperatures. It's only a single fan, unlike some of the ones I was running on these rigs. These are the Arctic freezers. Those are pretty good, but yeah, we're just trying to ball on a budget here. Also, I noticed I didn't have to put any backside bracket on. Those bolt into a bracket that goes in the backside of the motherboard. Really, really solid style, but if you already have your motherboard installed and you're just upgrading, this uses these stock style Intel clamps. So that's pretty cool. We'd actually will not have to take the motherboard out to do any upgrading. So yeah, let's go slap her in. So yes, it is a 10700 in there, just as I thought, and we'll get ready to pop that bad boy on. If you're not familiar with how to use these little turn clips, basically you make sure they're not turned in the direction that's on the little clip. If it'll focus, it's not focusing. You turn it into the direction that it's pointing whenever you want to release it and pop it out. When you don't want to release it, make sure it's turned opposite of that. You kind of push down on the whole assembly to get it to seat in there, and then you push down on each of the black things to lock it in. Once you do it once, you'll know what I'm talking about. Gotta squirt a little splooge on there and then lock her down. All right, so there she is. She's installed. I have the exhaust going that way out of the back. Let's go ahead, hit that power button. Oh, look at that. So these are bringing cool air in, it's going that way. That's exhausting heat off of the cooler. Let's go let her burn in and see what her temperatures are at now. All right, guys, so this is actually about 35 hours later, so a little over a day later. It has been up and running for a solid 20 hours straight. That next morning or whatever, after I got everything running, it had a hiccup and went offline. But it looks like if we check out our temperatures here in the miner, we're at our max temperature it's seen is 85 degrees Celsius. Not necessarily great, but that's a lot better than before. We were seeing upwards of 90s and it was touching 100, and it would actually restart the miner. So if we peak up and just barely touch 85, I'm happy with that. It looks like most of the time it's running in the anywhere from 50 to 70 range, and it's holding the 4.6 gigahertz all turbo or all core turbo. Yeah, I'm not upset with that at all. And actually, if I go over to Flock Pool, and that's the pool I'm using, the 10700 rig, my average hash rate is 864 hash after about 20 hours straight of mining. My average hash rate on it before, I don't know if I showed you guys or not, was anywhere from low 700s to high 600s. So we picked up 0.2, 0.25 kilohash. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It still isn't great compared to some of these other ones, like a 3900X doing 3.7, but it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers, and she's running smooth and clean and cool. Now, hold on. Before I end this video, I did want to address this cooler one more time, because I was telling some people about it, a good cost-effective cooler for doing a little bit of CPU mining, but it's not a great cooler. I was trying to find something cheap, sub $20, and this one was on sale for, I don't know, $19.99 or something like that. But this is not a great cooler. It's a borderline, I would consider it borderline good. So people, I know you guys are going to jump down in the comments section, and because I've already had people tell me, oh, you needed to go buy a Noctua, oh, you need to go get an AIO cooler, oh, you needed to this, that, and the other. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this fits the bill, and it did it for the budget. If I put this on here and I wasn't holding my all-core turbo of 4.6, then you know what? I'd be pulling it back off, and this video would be a whole lot different. Now, obviously, on bigger chips, hotter chips, this cooler is not going to work, but for this little 8-core 10700, it's doing the trick. So take that, and hopefully you can use that information and do what you want with it. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And yeah, happy mining.